You join us today at a very cold Etihad Stadium. We're here outside Manchester City's ground in East Manchester, ahead of their home tie with Everton. Everton, of course, doing very well in the league at the moment, although they've been on a bit of a poor run of form recently, with a few draws when they should have won. They did draw with Arsenal in the week, and again it's that man Marouane Fellaini who will be looking to cause trouble for the champions on Saturday. This is a very interesting one, you just coming into us, that there are proposals in place that the Champions League, which is the premier European club competition, of course Chelsea won it last season, which currently only has 32 teams in it. The plan is potentially to extend that to 64 teams, which would mean scrapping the secondary competition, the Europa League, and therefore, so from England you'd have 7 teams going in, from Scotland you'd have 5 teams going in, and obviously it'd be a much bigger competition. The reasons given for this is that the Champions League is a far more lucrative competition, and some people are complaining about the amount of games in the Europa League and actually saying it's harder. So it's an interesting one. As I say, it's early days. It's Michel Platini, the president of UEFA, has said it's early days and they are discussing it, and the decision should come in 2014, but it will completely change the outlook of the European competitions. So we'll keep tabs on that one. Well, you join myself and Michael Mambo at Old Trafford, the Theatre of Dreams, where we've just been to try and get a little sneak peek at some of the United legends who have been coming down to Old Trafford for a special unveiling of a Sir Alex Ferguson statue. Now, the unveiling comes after 26 years of Sir Alex Ferguson being in charge at Manchester United. 26 years ago, his first game at Old Trafford was against Queen's Park Rangers. So it's almost fitting that tomorrow the Red Devils take on that QPR side at Old Trafford. Now, it's good news for one manager today, Mike, but as we've just heard, QPR manager Mark Hughes has been sacked today. Your quick reaction to that, please.
Today we're exploring a website called Diaspora and Darlings. The site is the brainchild of 2 bloggers, Mukuka Mayuka from Zambia and Vimbai Gwata from Zimbabwe. Mukuka is a Zambian living in Australia, and Vimbai is a Zimbabwean living in South Africa. Both were articulating their experiences of living away from their homes and all the challenges and opportunities that come with that experience. The saying goes that 2 heads are better than 1, and so Mukuka and Vimbai joined forces, and the result was Diaspora and Darlings, a website that aims to inform, entertain and provide companionship for Africans either living at home or around the world. So, joining us from her base in Melbourne, Australia, is Mukuka, one of the founders of Diaspora and Darlings. So, Mukuka, I've told the viewers a little bit about how you guys got going, but it's a very interesting story, isn't it?
A special event will be taking place across Salford in June. The Secret Gardens Festival aims to shine a spotlight on undiscovered local creative talent, staging events in communities with the support of Salford City Council.
This mosaic in Islington Park is a tribute to the Secret Garden novel. We were hoping to kick the festival off in style, but as usual, the weather hasn't played ball. So we've relocated just up the road to Islington Mill. But spirits have not been dampened.
The Secret Gardens Festival runs from the 7th to the 23rd of June, with a final performance and a digital showcase at Media City, proving that technology and creativity can go hand in hand.
Well, Mike, I think this is something that will shock the world of football. Nobody could have expected him to be sacked after the fantastic season he had last season, or half season should I say. He won the Champions League, the FA Cup. He did everything that could have possibly been expected of him. And yes, they've been on a poor run of form in the last sort of 2 weeks. But I mean, I remember me and you talking a couple of weeks ago about how they were top of the table, they were playing the best football. They've had a bit of a blip, and yes, they possibly could be out of the Champions League now, but I think everyone in world football would have expected Di Matteo to get at least 1 full season before he was sacked. So I think it's very unfair.
Okay, well, we are at the Theatre of Dreams, Manchester United's home, so I better keep it quiet when I say we're going to talk about Manchester City next. But they are top of the league, and they travel to Chelsea
And obviously we all know, Michael told us earlier in the week what's gone on at Chelsea, the sacking of Roberto Di Matteo following that 3-0 loss at Juventus, and almost bizarrely being replaced by former Liverpool boss Rafael Benitez. Now we saw
Litter shouldn't really be an issue, should it, on our streets? You finish what you're eating, you're done with the rubbish, and you put it in the bin. Then you get on with your day. Well, that's the theory anyway. But unfortunately, across a large part of Zimbabwe, this is not the case. It seems litter and waste disposal is an ever-increasing problem in Zimbabwe. This has been recently highlighted well in a special report in this weekend's edition of the Herald. The article suggests that the root of the problem is a lack of rubbish bins across the nation. In the article, Chipo Masara writes that Harare, which was once known as the Sunshine City, is now, as she calls it, a litter hub. She also cites a lack of national pride, the non-collection of refuse by local authorities, and what she says is a wrong mindset towards littering.
Meet Nathan Ungudi. The 7-year-old struggles with learning and communication issues, but his teachers at St Thomas of Canterbury Primary School in Salford have unearthed his hidden talent. Nathan is a brilliant drummer. Teacher Catherine Thorp was the first to notice Nathan's skills.
In my first year of teaching, I had a Year 1 class, and Nathan was in that Year 1 class. And I noticed straight away that he obviously had a few issues, the sort of barriers to learning.
He has a simple explanation for his newfound love.
Why do you like drumming?
Because it makes banging noises and I like banging noises.
Now this is only Nathan's 5th drum lesson, and already he's moved on to really advanced pieces. His teacher admits the quiet 7-year-old has really taken him by surprise.
So we've heard from a lot of guys there who really want the situation to improve. They think there's education that needs to happen, communication, the council needs to get its act together and get more bins available. And hopefully this litter crisis can be resolved. After all, it's easy, isn't it?